Long ago, in a forgotten kingdom buried beneath endless golden sands, a powerful genie was imprisoned inside an ancient golden lamp. For 500 years she waited. 500 years of darkness. 500 years of silence. 500 years waiting for someone brave enough to set her free. But there was one terrible secret about the genie. She wasn't imprisoned because she was evil. She was imprisoned because the last king was terrified of what she could do. And after 500 years, everyone had forgotten she ever existed. Until a young boy found her. His name was Noah. Noah was 12 years old and lived with his grandmother in a small village at the edge of the desert. They had almost nothing. Their house was falling apart, their food was running low, and Noah's grandmother had become too sick to work. But Noah never complained. Every morning he walked into the desert searching for anything he could sell. One afternoon, while searching through an abandoned cave, Noah noticed something shining beneath the sand. He began digging. At first he thought he had discovered treasure. But when he pulled the object from the ground, it was an ancient golden lamp. Strange symbols covered its surface. Noah wiped away the sand. Nothing happened. He rubbed it again. Still nothing. Then he whispered, "I wish this thing could help my grandmother." The cave suddenly became freezing cold. The lamp began to shake. Golden smoke poured from its surface. The smoke rose toward the ceiling and formed the shape of a woman. Then, two glowing eyes opened. A mysterious woman stepped out of the smoke. Her long, dark hair floated around her as if she were underwater. She wore ancient blue robes covered in golden symbols. Noah fell backward. The woman looked at him with tears in her eyes. "You're finally here." Noah stared at her. "Who are you?" She smiled sadly. "My name is Lyra. I am a genie." Noah's eyes widened. "Like the stories?" "Yes." "Can you grant wishes?" Lyra nodded. "I can grant 3. Noah immediately thought of his grandmother, but Lyra stopped him. "Before you make your wishes, you must know the truth." Noah listened carefully. 500 years ago, a king discovered my lamp. He used my magic to become the most powerful ruler in the world. But every wish he made came with a price. He became rich, but lost everyone he loved. He wished for eternal life, but watched every person he cared about grow old and die. Finally, he wished to become powerful enough that no one could ever defeat him. Lyra's eyes became cold. And that was the wish that destroyed his kingdom. Noah asked, "What happened to him?" "He imprisoned me." Then he disappeared. His kingdom was buried beneath the desert. Noah looked at the lamp. "Why were you trapped for 500 years?" Lyra looked away. "Because no one ever came back for me." Noah felt sorry for her. "You can leave now." Lyra shook her head. "Only someone who finds the lamp and willingly releases me can break the curse." Noah looked at the lamp. Then he smiled. "Then you're free." The entire cave exploded with golden light. For the first time in 500 years, Lyra stepped outside without being connected to the lamp. She looked at the sky. She felt the wind. She touched the sand. Tears rolled down her face. I had forgotten what freedom felt like. Noah smiled. So what happens now? Lyra looked at him. You have 3 wishes. Noah thought about it. His grandmother was sick. Their home was falling apart. They had no food. He could have asked for gold. He could have asked for a palace. He could have asked for anything. But instead, he said, I don't want anything. Lyra looked shocked. What? I freed you. That's enough. For the first time in 500 years, the genie had no answer. She had expected greed. She had expected power. She had expected another human to demand riches. Instead, she had found a child who wanted nothing for himself. Lyra smiled. Then perhaps I can choose what to give. She raised her hand. Golden light surrounded Noah. Suddenly, the old cave disappeared. Noah found himself standing outside his home. His grandmother was waiting for him, but something was different. She stood perfectly straight. Her eyes were bright. Her illness was gone. Noah ran toward her. Grandma! She hugged him tightly. What happened? Noah turned around. Lyra stood several feet away. You healed her? Lyra smiled. You gave me freedom. I gave you a second chance. Noah couldn't stop smiling. But then, a deep voice echoed from beneath the ground. You should never have freed her. The earth began to shake. The villagers ran from their homes. The desert split open. And from beneath the sand rose a massive black palace. The forgotten kingdom had returned. Noah looked at Lyra. What is happening? Her expression changed. The king. But you said he disappeared. I was wrong. The palace doors opened. A tall figure stepped outside wearing ancient armor. His eyes glowed red. He had waited 500 years for the genie to return. The king looked at Noah. You freed her. Noah stepped backward. The king smiled. Then you will lead me to her. Lyra moved between them. You will never control me again. The king raised his hand. A wave of dark magic exploded across the desert. Lyra blocked it. The sky turned black. Lightning filled the clouds. The village trembled. Noah realized something. Lyra was powerful. But the king had spent 500 years becoming something far worse than human. Noah grabbed the lamp. Lyra! She turned toward him. You said I have 3 wishes. Yes. Noah held the lamp tightly. Then I know my first wish. The king laughed. You foolish child. Noah looked directly at him. I wish you could never hurt another person again. Silence. The lamp began to glow. A golden chain appeared around the king. He screamed. The chains pulled him backward, but the magic wasn't strong enough. The king broke free. You have 2 wishes left. Noah looked terrified. Then Lyra whispered, Don't waste them. The king charged toward the village. Noah closed his eyes. I wish that everyone you've ever hurt could be free from the pain you caused. The sky exploded with light. Across the desert, thousands of glowing spirits appeared, the souls of everyone the king had betrayed, everyone he had imprisoned, everyone he had killed. They surrounded him. For the first time, The king looked afraid, but he still refused to surrender. "You have one wish left." Noah looked at Lyra. She knew what he was thinking. "Be careful." Noah looked at the ruined kingdom. He looked at his grandmother. Then he looked at the genie who had spent 500 years trapped in darkness. He smiled. "I wish you were free forever." Lyra froze. The lamp cracked. Golden light filled the entire desert. The ancient chains around Lyra shattered. The lamp turned to dust. The king's power disappeared. The forgotten palace collapsed into the sand. And Lyra was finally free, completely free. No master, no lamp, no chains, no wishes. Just freedom. She turned toward Noah with tears in her eyes. "You used your final wish on me." Noah smiled. "You deserved it." Lyra knelt beside him. "Then I will give you something no genie has ever given a human." She placed her hand over his heart. "A life filled with everything you never asked for." The next morning, the village was completely transformed. Fields were filled with crops. The wells were overflowing with clean water. Every sick person had recovered. The villagers discovered that the desert surrounding them had become fertile land, and Noah's grandmother never became sick again. But Noah never became rich. He never became a king. He never asked for a palace. He simply lived a happy life. Years later, Noah became an old man. One evening, while sitting beneath a tree outside his home, he saw a woman walking across the desert. She wore blue robes. Her hair moved gently in the wind, and she carried no lamp. Noah smiled. "Lyra." She smiled back. "You still remember me." "I could never forget you." She sat beside him. "You gave me 500 years of freedom." Noah laughed. "No." "You gave me a life worth remembering." As the sun disappeared beyond the desert, Lyra looked toward the horizon, and for the first time in 500 years, she was exactly where she wanted to be. Free. Because sometimes, the greatest treasure isn't gold, it isn't power, and it isn't immortality. Sometimes, the greatest gift you can give someone is their freedom. If you enjoyed this magical story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell for more unforgettable stories about genies, dragons, angels, gods, and other mysterious creatures. And remember, the next legend may be closer than you think.